Cutters, Degrassi, Unpopular Opinions. Hey there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Devin welcoming you to another Cutters, Degrassi, Unpopular Opinions. And today we take a look at Mia on the show. Is she a terrible mom or is she a good mom? So basically, there's always two sides to the coin. And one side of the coin was perfectly placed in a Reddit post by Coco K53, who said, "Can we talk about how mom was a terrible mom?" Says, "Okay, maybe terrible is a bit extreme, but given her young age, she was still not great. She started off being a good mother. It was seen putting her daughter first on several occasions, but then she became more self-centered. She took Lucas back, who didn't give a fuck about Isabella or being a father because she was lonely. And Mia was lonely. She allowed Lucas to have a party and drank too at the party, refusing to leave until Jane encouraged her to till the police showed up. Then when she became a model, she basically said that Isabella was her younger sister and stayed out late to party with fellow models. At that point, she ignored Isabella, focusing on modeling, banning, had cheerleader being popular in a relationship with Peter. I know she had her mother's back when Duke took care of Isabella, but by the end of Mia's run on the show, it seemed that she couldn't care less about being a mom and all that. So before I get to the comments on that and what other people are saying and all that, the weird thing is that, Mia in season 6 was introduced as basically JT's love interest after his breakup with Liberty in season 5, as Liberty basically didn't want JT to have anything to do with her, mostly because JT almost offed himself because of his drug dealing and all that. And basically, Liberty didn't want JT around and gave up the baby for adoption. So JT was looking for someone and found Mia and found out that Mia had a 2-year-old and basically took a shine to Isabella. He proposed a nursery at Degrassi Community School. Liberty shot him down. Basically, with a second thought, JT basically said that Liberty was petty because, he was actually falling in love with a child and all that, and that he tried to prove to Liberty that he could deal with a child and all that, and that she was wrong to dissuade him. Basically, I think Liberty's family tried to dissuade her from being with JT and all that. Liberty's parents didn't really help matters. But basically put, it seemed that Liberty was jealous that JT moved on quickly and actually had fun with a 2-year-old. Of course, Mia had an issue because her ex, Nick, basically was upset over JT dating her because she's from Lakehurst and all that. And basically, there was a lot of Lakehurst problems with Degrassi, mostly fueled on by the fact that JT was dating Mia. So basically, Lakehurst was causing trouble and all that. Toby got in the crossfire. And then basically at Liberty's birthday party, which Manny and Emma threw at Spike and Snake's house, the rivalry was huge and all that. And JT realized he should be with Liberty instead of Mia. I think, in a sense, JT wanted to be with Liberty because of how the Lakers Degrassi thing was, and basically wanted to end it and said, you win. Toby's not too happy, but, what can you do? So anyway, he meets Johnny DeMarco and Drake Lampley. Drake stabs him in the aorta. JT bleeds out and dies. And basically, Lakers and Degrassi had problems. Mia is upset that she lost a boyfriend who cared about her daughter so much and all that. But, she was also upset with the fact that, Toby said that JT rather be with Liberty than Mia. Excuse me. But, of course, Mia went downhill in a sense. Like, she had a lot of enemies, with such as Holly J saying that basically you can't put your daughter in front of your career and all that. I mean, Holly J, basically a prick, a giant prick she is. Like, God, I hate her. All that, especially for what she did to Anya. I know that she figured that she gave Anya a lot of perks and all that because, Anya was a keen follower of her, but she basically just bossed her around, even forced Anya to try to throw Saf off the student council elections with stuff. Kind of a dirtbag, don't you think? Although I think it took a kidney disease to make Holly J more likable. That's kind of weird. But in the thinking of it, like Mia was a very good mom, but problem is that Mia made some terrible decisions. She wanted Lucas back in her life because Lucas was the baby daddy, but Lucas was not interested in dealing with a child and all that. Lucas just wanted to be a party guy, like Lakehurst. And, Mia almost lost Isabella because of a party and all that. She basically says that Lucas has no problems with not being in Isabella's life. Like, this is on Lucas's head. And Lucas basically was a piece of crap. And it took Jane's molestation thing for Lucas to finally snap out of his stupidity and basically protect his sister and basically vow to be better. But by the time that happens, he's off the show. And it's like, what the hell? Mia made some dumb moves. She decided to try to be a model and all that. She wanted to get better and all that. And, thank God Mia's mom actually helped her out. But I mean, it's just terrible how Mia is in season 8. And of course, she's with Peter, who basically is kind of like, I don't know the term, but basically toxic. Peter's relationships are toxic. He attempted a relationship with Manny and basically tried to blackmail her so that she would be with him, but it failed. So he basically released everything. Peter and Emma were toxic and all that because of Peter trying to do whatever it takes not to have Emma break up with him. And then, Peter with Darcy because Peter seemed to be creepy towards Darcy and wanted to be with Darcy. He wanted to change as a person and figured Darcy would help him. And then, when Darcy went to Kenya, Peter was upset. And then, Peter rebatted with Mia because he's like, I can deal with a kid. Besides, Peter has a stepsister who's very young. So basically, Peter says, if I can take care of that kid, I can take care of Isabella for you. And, Mia gets into the modeling world and basically just shirks her responsibilities, if you will. And so, it causes a lot of issues. So when you look at the story, it's like, what the heck, Mia? Why are you you seem to be a good mother at the start and then you just stop being a good mother. And then basically, she has her model life in Paris. She doesn't allow Peter to go to Paris with her because of Peter's drug problems. Like Peter was just doing it to try to fit in with Mia's inner circle. I mean, you can't blame Peter for that. But, Peter's drug problems, Mia goes to Paris. I don't know what happened to Isabella. I feel like she's back with Mia's mom, and Peter's mom, Hatzalakos, comes back to Toronto to deal with Peter's drug problems and all that. So, yeah. So, anyway, I'll read you the comments. Some comment was deleted for some reason. Someone deleted this. I don't know why. They said, let's put things into perspective. Mia was a teenager. Yeah, she had sex and kept Isabella, but it doesn't erase the fact she exhibited some teenage habits. I don't think she was terrible. She broke up with Lucas after it was clear he was not fit to be in Isabella's life or was interested in being a dad. She didn't ignore Isabella. The writers just neglected it when Mia went for her modeling career. Basically, there was no plots to integrate Isabella and all that. Mia became short-sighted on her goals and looked at what worked in the moment. She's young, and sometimes young people look for thrills rather than think about the future. Mia wanted to make money to support herself and maybe support Isabella. She was just short-sighted. Yeah, like, why was that comment deleted? It was a pretty good thing. A lot of people said that basically she was very young. Somebody said that there was a exact moment. Her mom says she would like Mia to enjoy her senior year and take care of Isabella. That's when things snapped. So Lonex said, a better storyline for Mia would have been continuing showing how she balanced motherhood and finishing high school. Her storyline was pretty unrealistic, and it aggravated a lot of teen moms who do struggle and put their kids first. You know. And the writers said teen moms are huge to their service with Mia. Anyway. It was weird with teen moms and all that. And someone said it was more of a symptom of the writers not including Isabel in the storylines and not the character being a bad mother. There's a lot that goes on in the characters' lives when they aren't the focus point of that. Corona Bride said, I think when she took Lucas back, it was supposed to be for Isabella's sake and all that. But it didn't work out. And Lucas didn't want to be in like. And they said Lucas was only using Isabella as a way to get back with Mia, but she seemed to only want to get back with him because it was hard to date other teens while being a mother. So anyway, yeah. Someone said she was 13 when she was pregnant and 14 when she gave birth. It was pretty clear that her mother made sure that she would be a super hands-on mom. She had her job and needed that to support them, and they all would have had nothing. As soon as Mia realized her relationship with Lucas and Isabella were in jeopardy, she ended it. The modeling was supposed to take care of them and put food on the table and all that. All that. She provided for her kid and all that. Yeah, a lot of people said there was a lot of the fact that she was a bad mom, but it was just basically a busy mom trying to keep her best to give Isabella better opportunities and all that. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people basically said that, Mia did the modeling to try to provide a better opportunity for Isabella's sake, that, and she knew she had her mom's back and all that. Because she was thinking about her kid and all that. That's what the Reddit community said. That basically she was thinking about trying to help Isabella and get better financial avenues. And a lot of people take it wrong and all that. But I think Mia, in a sense, like her purpose was in a way to try to help her daughter out, and basically to everyone's eyes who don't look at the situation the way it is. Basically, it's just she was just being a bad mom, that, and leaving Isabella in her mom's care. But, some teen moms struggle with the fact that their families won't help them with the kid. But Mia got lucky her mom was willing to help and all that. So, is Mia a bad mom? Not really. Her intentions are pure, but basically people take them the wrong way. And believe me, I know about people taking my intentions the wrong way. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. I'm Jeff Diamond. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.